Sup guys, I finally got my challenge artifact appearance for Affliction today. Without Sacrolash, without the pants, but I did outgear it massively, so it's not very impressive, but it's still awesome that I got it. Super chuffed. And I thought I'd make a guide video, because the way I did it, I think everyone can do it. It's super easy. I bundled like lots of strategies that I found on YouTube and websites and stuff. So let's get into it, basically. I start by summoning an Infernal. I use the move pet command to place it behind the melee guy. I put down a teleport, but for some reason I don't use it all fight. And I put my gateway at the back, and I put raid markers up so I can find find the teleportation stuff easily. Then I move into melee for Karam. I want to get knocked back right at the start, basically. So I'm just waiting for the roleplay to finish now. I am pre-potting just for the tiny extra boost. I have pre-pot just before he says I obey or during. I get knocked back and my Infernal immediately grabs aggro. And I just do an easy rotation. I don't use any cooldowns, and I pay a lot of attention to my trick meter on the right, because I really don't want to over aggro my Infernal. I am also saving all my Tormented Souls for phase 2, and I'm also saving Soul Shards. So phase 1 is super boring, because I'm basically just doing the rotation for noobs at this point. I only spend shards when I'm at 5 shards. I make sure I'm always live tapping, and I'm just really taking it easy. Really, this is like a no-brain phase. You don't have to play perfectly at all. Your Infernal is God, basically. So I want to get Karam down to 30% now, and then phase 2 will trigger. I want to be at max soul shards, and I want to be at full mana. So he's about to phase now. I start moving over to him. I switch my dots to raised, and the ads are going to spawn. I still have my Infernal out, and I'm actually going to use my Infernal to stun the Shadow Vestiges. The idea here was that I wanted to kill them on top of him, so they blow up on top of him, but yeah, I wasn't good enough for that. Second wave of Vestiges spawn, just dotting stuff, seeding, and now I summon my Doom Guard, because I'm going to need an interrupt soon, and the third wave spawns. So basically these are all the Vestiges I'm going to get. Keep dotting everything. I try not to drop Agony on raised, but I do anyway at one point. And then Karam becomes active again, switch off of raised, focus on Karam. You want to get some leaps on him, so I do some unstable afflictions. I get away from him with the teleport, with the portal, and then I switch to the hand from beyond. What I found at my gear level is that if I interrupt him once, and I dot him full, and I do like 1 or 2 unstable afflictions, he will be dead before he finishes the second cast, so that's easy. And all the time I'm just kiting Karam and using Burning Rush, which is a legendary talent for this challenge. But I did have to take Siphon Life, because otherwise, oops, I fucked up. I took Siphon Life to make sure that I healed up from the Burning Rush. New hand spawned, I move my pet a bit closer so I can interrupt it. Karam became inactive in the meantime. Just dotting raised up again, focusing a bit on the ads. I moved my pet out of the purple puddles, because I don't want him to die. I had that a couple of times. That sucks, because then you can't interrupt anymore. And now I'm just DPSing raised, killing the ads, moving my pet into the runes so I don't get one of the big annoying ads. My pet was almost dead, so I resummoned it, moved it into the rune. Just handling the ads, running a bit. Oh, you can also see that I was using Bear Tartar for the run speed, which is incredible because you don't have to Burning Rush when you have Bear Tartar up. So that's a bit of healing saved. Now they're both active. and just dotting everything. New hand spawned, moving my pet closer, dotting the hand, getting kicked again because I'm a noob. Now this hand really needs to die and my pet needs to move to the rune. The hand is dead, so that's good. Dotting Karam again. As you can see, I dropped Agony for the 20th time or something. Just kiting and kiting in. Dots are ticking. Basically, if I can handle this phase, I'm pretty much safe. Moved my pet closer to the hand again, interrupted the hand. Again, lucky with the portal cooldown. Making sure that the hand dies. New Agony on Karam again. New room. Pulling the pet in. Kiting, kiting, kiting. New hand gonna spawn. My pet's already close enough, so that's good. Dotting it up. Making sure I interrupted in time. Trolling Karam. Sweet. The hand is dead, that's good. At this point I notice that Karam is actually already quite low, so I do a bit of unstables to get him even lower. And I see that a new hand spawns and the rune spawns at the same time. A bit hectic now, so I just move the pet into the rune, make sure I get the interrupt. It's all getting a bit hectic, so I'm panicking a lot. I need to make sure the hand dies, and then I see that Karam is like, oh, it's so dead. So I just finish off Karam, switch to Raised, and easy victory. Basically, yeah, 64 tries, and I'm quite happy that I did it in the end.